There is something that is adventuresome and exciting and possibly even romantic about sailing. Whether you're plying the muddy waters of the Mississippi River or you're sailing in the blue waters of the Caribbean, there's something really magic about being able to go great distances without any reliance on fossil fuels or nuclear energy or whatever. Just the wind and the current. This is not a completely exact model of my boat. I've got two sailboats. I keep one in the Alta Marina as a 26-footer. And I hope that you get a chance to go for a ride on it with me someday. When I take guests out, we're typically out only for an hour and a half. Don't make it an all-weekend adventure.
Where's the sign-up sheet for that?
Yeah, I want to
There's a who what?
Where's the sign-up sheet for that? Right.
It's an ad hoc event. Okay, you've got an orange piece of twine with you and a black or navy blue, whatever you want to call it. If you're going to captain a boat or if you're going to crew on a boat, you need to know something about knots. I gave away even my own samples, so I need to steal somebody else's. So knots do not have to be complicated. They can be, but they don't have to be. Basically, is what I'm going to show you today is how to tie two shorter pieces of rope together in order to make a longer piece of rope. Now, one of the advantages about knowing how to tie a knot, the biggest advantage really is you can untie it. You have seen the type of knot that Grandma used to make. We used to call it a granny knot, and it's impossible to untie. So take one of the two pieces and just try a simple overhand knot, just like that. Just like you're tying your ships. Okay, you got that one simple overhand knot? Now take the other piece, put it through that hole, and once you get beyond it on the other side, simply tie another simple overhand knot. I can't lean my elbows on the table like you can. Once those two loose knots have been tied, then you can cinch them up tight. And then pull the two ends together. So you have two simple overhand knots put together in that fashion, and now you have a longer piece of rope, two pieces of rope. Lori, did you need some help there from you?
That's awesome.
Beyond help.
Lori, did you do it? Mine were separate. I did it wrong.
I did it wrong.
I got mine, but it came apart.
It was not as simple as she said.
How come mine came apart?
You still have two pieces of rope.
You,
I did it wrong. Could I have another?
oh, of course, of course.
Like this.
Yeah, but I need another, I need it again.
She needs a
I'm sorry.
YouTube video.
I need this.
The blonde section is having a problem.
It was separate. Yes, it was. Hey, Lori's a redhead. Hers-
Okay,
Oh, you didn't
Okay.
know.
one
She's really a blonde too.
simple overhand
All right,
knot,
one simple overhead.
loosely tied,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and then take the other piece of rope and put it right through that opening that you made in the knot,
I know.
Make another one.
okay? Now that you're downstream of the first knot, just tie another simple overhand knot.
Yep. And then pull.
There you go. Cinch them up,
Oh,
Yeah, but
okay?
the thing of it is,
I'm going to move on to another knot that is tied by two simple overhand knots.
should I ask a question about that one though first?
Yeah.
Well, when you pull it like this, it comes apart.
You have to have
I,
your knot down further.
Yeah.
some meetings
You
this
need to
afternoon.
cinch that knot down. The other thing I will mention,
Hang on to the
this is
ends.
not in the form of an excuse, but this is parachute cord, and it has a tendency to slip apart anyway,
Hold
okay.
hands.
okay?
Okay.
Did anybody need this cord? Like on a parachute, did you just strip a parachute out and get this cord?
Hold tight.
Okay.
I got it
Okay.
this time, and I just, you gotta hang on to the ends.
Now untie it, get it back to two pieces.
Untie him?
Once again,
That should be easy for Sandy.
tie a simple overhand knot, just like that.
Do it in the middle one.
Then you take the second rope and you just snake it right along the same knot that you just tied.
Snake it.
This is called a follow-through knot. This is absolutely the safest knot in the world for tying two pieces of rope together. This is the knot that mountain climbers use. when they're
What do you mean, you
lighting
snake it just the same way you did it the other one?
You tie the orange one too?
Whichever one you start with. Are you going to start with the black one or start with the orange? Okay, start with the black one.
I know, don't take me along, because it's getting.
You're gonna die.
Tie a very loose overhand knot,
Grills and steak.
Oh, I did.
just like
I
that.
got it. Perfect.
Then take the orange piece and you simply snake it right along parallel to the knot that you just tied. So it becomes yet another simple overhand knot, but it's in the same parallel track as the first knot.
How about that?
You cinch it up tight.
Kill it.
And whether you're a sailor or a landlubber, these knots will stead you well for the rest of your life.
I would have fell to my death.
Mine is not snaking.
Okay,
That's square.
Yeah, right over left, up over left.
and that is a follow, is what I heard discussed over here was the reef knot or the square knot, left over right, right over left. It's not like you tie your shoes, I mean, if you didn't have bows in it. That's sometimes called a square knot, sometimes called a reef knot. It is not a safe knot. You can use it to tie up your Christmas packages, but don't use it if you like to pencil.
Oh, you mean the one that we tie our shoe with? Don't use that.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. Okay, the next
Well, I guess.
knot, and again, we get back to using just simple overhand knots, but this time, I will allow you to take that first knot at the end, very end of the rope, and cinch it up tight. Don't leave it loose. Then go 4 or 5 inches further down the rope and make another simple overhand knot, but leave it open. You've got one that's cinched down tight and one that's still open. Then you simply take the cinched down part, put it through the loop that's left there, and cinch down that second knot. Because what you have now is a loop that will not cinch up, will not slip up, will not become a choker type knot.
Okay, that's kind of like a bolero. Hey, mine is. Oh, nope, didn't need it.
If you want a knot that cinches up, hey, you've got a loop here, just put that in through there, and now you've got a knot that will slip up.
Now we can.
Can be used as a choker. Very good to use on your grandkids when they don't behave,
Need more rope.
particularly your dog for
Get over there.
Okay, you can get out of that knot. I've got one more to show you here.
Say what they're saying over.
We're not going to get into the dreaded bowline knot,
That's my favorite.
where the rabbit comes up out of the hole and around the tree and back in the hole, and then you've got the hole wrapped backwards, and it is, but double it up like this. Tie a simple overhand knot. Then take this loop and simply let it fall back over the whole contraption. And when you draw that up tight, oops, I lost my end here. When you draw that up tight, you have not only a bowline knot, you have a double bowline knot. Also known as the bra knot. The logic escapes. Okay, you got your double bowline. Again, take a, double it up and make just a simple overhand knot. Let that loop fall back over the knot. Bring it up tight, and there's the double bowline. In a larger scale, it's neat for pulling somebody out of a well, or if they're injured, you can put their, put one loop under their shoulder, put one loop.
When Lassie's not around.
There was a movie, and the name of it escapes me. It came out about a year ago. Brad, you may know what it is. One where the soldier did not want to shoot a gun. He wanted to be a medic, and he rescued his entire regiment off of a plateau using the double bowline.
With the Betty story.
Now, if you can find a chair or something, this will be done with just one piece of rope. This is very handy if you're out on a camping trip, you want to string up a clothesline, you want to put up the kids' badminton net or whatever, and then how do you secure that rope around the tree? Go around the tree. This is simulating the branch. Around the knot itself, and then guess what? You just simply keep wrapping this back on itself. Pull it up tight, and it will not slip. Very simple to tie. And a lot of practical use for that kind of rope. Okay, that's it for the demonstrations. I have a couple of other things just to show you.
Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. This particular knot is called a monkey's fist. You can guess why. This particular one I've tied around a rock. So this makes a very good heaving line.
A what?
Heaving line.
When you want to heave over the side of the boat.
It's also very good as a stopper knot. If the opening is small enough, it will not come through. I think.
Let's see you shrink from that.
Force this one here. So the stopper knot, there's another very simple stopper knot. I will go back to your, put a loop like that with one finger and stick it through the opening. You can see it kind of looks like a figure eight. They call it a figure eight knot. It's a very good stopper knot. If you thread it through a hole somewhere, tie this knot, then it won't come back through the hole. Okay? How am I doing, Brad? You're the scout guy back there.
Just fine.
So far,
What's
so
a slip
good.
knot? Is it?
You'll give me my tenderfoot badge back.
No, not all those Boy Scout now. You're close.
Hey Dave, what's a slip knot?
A slip knot. Pick up any one of your pieces of rope.
Yeah, I'd use the orange one.
Okay? Now for the slip knot, you wrap it once around the shank and then just tie a simple overhand knot again. And that knot will slip. Another good choker knot. And again, I mean, it's, when you look at it, it's such a simple knot in its form.
You go over and then
See, you get it the right way, then your spool's going this way.
Then what?
Your side.
Wrap it around itself once, finish half by tying a simple overhand knot. close, you'll see the nomenclature of it. So there's my simple overhand knot. This.
So you can see from there.
Close. Oh, yeah, see how easy that is?
I only make it
If you want to get fancy, here's a couple of items that are very useful to me. A monkey's fist at one end and an eye slice at the other end. The thing that's neat about this, you can use the monkey's fist kind of as a button, uses as a buttonhole. So if you have a sleeping bag, a tarp, tent, trying to wrap it up, wrap this around that, stick it in there, and it will hold tight. I have another one of these. I put a little device down there and use it as a leash for the dog. Dog misbehaves, you bat him over the butt with the other hand.
Oh, that thing's fun.
What's the knot you use to tie your boat to the pier? All around that hook?
Around the cleat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another place where you see a lot of granny knots. I wish I had a cleat here, it would make it much easier to explain. But basically, you wrap the rope completely around the cleat once, and then you figure 8 over and back, and then that's it. Don't keep winding it and winding it and winding it and winding it, because it's going around the thing once, figure 8 and back over itself. It's going to hold just as well. But guess what? When you have to make a fast getaway, it's a lot easier to get it undone. Yeah. If you're down at the marina, look at where my boat is. It's on slip
It's the robber's knot,
C36.
isn't it?
The what?
The robber's knot, so you make a quick getaway.
Yeah. You've been very patient. I hope this has been helpful. Some of these knots, like I said, gain some proficiency in it, and they will be very useful to you for as long as you live.